look at child-teacher ratios, look at curriculum that builds literacy, perform early screening of children to identify learning disabilities or developmental delays, and then make the proper referrals for treatment. We believe that parent involvement needs to start very, very early, that parents are children's first teachers, and that teaching immigrants, Latinos, how they can help their children learn and be better prepared for school is key. And so building those skills among our parents. And
let me interrupt you for a second, Mo. I'm curious, the first time you guys put this onto the ballot and had to kind of convince the public that, when we know this is such a difficult thing to do, that to convince them that they should be taxing themselves to kind of specifically at some of these early learning pieces. How did you do that? What led to success what was the campaign behind that idea?
I think a number of factors. Clearly, we had leadership on our political action committee. David Lawrence, very clearly, someone well respected, a former publisher and editor of our local newspaper, and others who came from a position of integrity and spoke to the importance of this issue and to the importance of ensuring that the funding was going to be used in a way that was transparent, that would stand public scrutiny, and then laying out very specifically how we were going to invest the money. And we did that by going to community. We had over 28 public hearings in all of the communities within Dade County. We asked parents what they wanted, what they needed. We asked them what they thought the issues were, what the problems were, and we came back to them with this is what we will fund, and this is what we hope to fund, which also included considerable input from opinion leaders and folks in the field of child and family issues. The issue was depoliticized. The board which administers our funds are folks who are involved in policy for children and families, but we are making decisions based on what's best for children, what is in the best interest of the community, and while there are political appointments to our board, the majority of our members are folks who have children as their primary interest.
Thanks. And I wanted to go back to Shakira again, because I know you've had success kind of working with some of the different Latin American countries to kind of help get this put into place. And I was curious about what you all did in some of those kind of conversations.
Just coming from Brazil, where we signed an agreement with the Brazilian government and a foundation of which I'm a part of, ALAS, which promotes initiatives directed towards this sector of the population, children between 0 to 6 years old. And we agreed on building and creating 100 new centers for early childhood development. And it is my belief, but it is also demonstrated that if we provide early childhood development strategies and initiatives to Latino children, it would take much less than a decade to reap the benefits of this kind of investment. When I was saying before that, I was mentioning that investing in education is one of the fastest investments in generating returns to the state. I say it based on the premise that it's been proven that per every dollar that is invested on a child's education during his or her first years of life, this same child, when he or she becomes an adult, is going to give $17 back to the state. So it is it's a good deal for all of us. A good deal for the children, for them to unlock their potentials and talents and grow as dignified individuals and live productive lives. But it is also a good deal for governments, good deal for all of us, and it shouldn't be overlooked. So in our last encounter, Juan and also I had the opportunity to previously discuss this with the president. We mentioned the possibility about perhaps planning on creating an ECD summit, an Early Childhood Development Summit. I still believe in this idea. I think we can work together to make it happen. A summit that brings together people in government, but also academics, people in the economic front, the private sector, business leaders. I think it's very important that the civil society mobilizes around the urgency of investing in early childhood development strategies. And a summit like this, I think, could bring the attention of so many people around the world and people within the United States towards this very important issue. And I think it's a good start. So I know that the president is currently instituting programs and more programs for ECD sectors, but I believe that now that we are going to be the voice of so many Latino kids, well, you already have been the voice of it for so long, for some time, we can double the bet. We can make it more of a priority.
Thank you. So I think we've hit about time, but I just wanted to we'll continue the conversation in the morning, but I'd love Adrian just to give us a quick minute or two on kind of where things are in New Mexico, which is trying to get it done.
Real quickly, I appreciate Shakira's and Modesto's emphasis on early childhood. The beautiful thing about the science of early childhood development in the first 6 years of a life is that it's an international, right? It's a global science, and so we apply it anywhere, and it makes that impact and that investment can be felt anywhere you go. I'm reminded of this every day that I go home and I see my 1-year-old, my 3-year-old about the importance of early childhood.